Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Altenew YouTube and Facebook channels. And welcome to our Thursdays Live. And this is Amy's Inspiration Station. And I'm so excited to be here with you. It's December up here in the Northern Hemisphere, which means that winter is here. And officially, it has actually snowed yesterday where I live. And hi, Tina. I bet you it has snowed for you as well. And we have Han behind the badge today. Hi, Han. And I hope that you are doing super well, Han, on this Thursday. And if you happen to let your friends know that we are live here on the Altenew YouTube and Facebook channels, while we're live, you'll be entered to win a $15 gift card, and Han will announce that winner at the end of our show. So please get those little tweets and retweets and whatever the heck we call a Facebook post, I guess, or Instagram, chat, anybody, let them know that we're live because you don't want to miss this today. We are saying hello to winter. And so today I think was the coldest. We were at about 25 degrees Celsius of a high. Yes, that's right. It's exciting. For those of you out there who don't use Fahrenheit, that would be about a -2 degrees Celsius. So it's so nice to see you. Tracy is here. Hi, Cynthia, and hi, Cece. I know, snowing in Sweden too. I bet you it is, and probably has been for a while. But it was exciting to see those little snowflakes, and fortunately, they did not stick. So that's my favorite type of snow, when it snows and it's beautiful, but it doesn't happen to stay around for a while. Hi, Alicia. I know it's been snowing where you are too. So thank you so much, Tina, for sharing this. And you too can be like Tina and be entered to win a gift card to Altenew just by letting everybody you know that we are live right now at Amy's Inspiration Station. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I got kind of 2 cards today. I've been playing around with this stamp set, and I think another one of those situations where I probably bought this a while ago, but haven't used it yet. So I was so excited to use it, and I'm so excited to share these 2 cards with you. Maybe, and I'd love to know this, are you still sending out some holiday cards? Do you still have some to go? Did you make all of yours ahead of time? Maybe this will give you some ideas for those as well. Oh, okay, Tamara, I thank you. And I'm glad that you are watching us while you're at work. At least something exciting is happening, right? So I can definitely attest to that. We are going to have a lot of fun today with Hello Winter. Oh, thank you so much, Tracy, for sharing this. So this is the stamp set Hello Winter. I'd love to know if you have this. This is a really cute set. I think it came out last year. Nope, 2019. That's right, 2019. So this is a little bit around, but a little bit. And maybe you have this and it's languishing in a drawer. Go ahead and pull that out, right? Let's go ahead. Hi, Queen Bee. I love Altenew. I do too. They are the best products. Oh my gosh, and everything. And this is actually an older product, and you can tell I'm already inky, which means I've had a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Han. Han is putting those links in the chat if you would like to take a look at this on the Altenew website and maybe put it in your cart or even save it for a future purpose. This is a really cute stamp set. I really suggest getting the dies as well. So the die is a shadow die as well as the word die, which is really cool. And we're going to be playing around with these today. And I am doing everything in blue because, of course, it's still, you know, we're saying hello to winter. So we need a little bit of a blue. Hi, Karen. And hi, Cynthia. Oh, my gosh. Well, Cynthia, check these out. Maybe, hopefully, I'll give you a little bit of inspiration for a couple of other cards. So today I was kind of playing around with embossing. And I'm looking at embossing. This is using the Layered Snowflakes embossing folder. And this one is actually just using an emboss resist. So this is clear embossing powder. And this is white pigment ink over on the side. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make these today. And I'm actually going to start with this guy because I think he's pretty cool. He's kind of my favorite of the two bunches, although this one is pretty cool too. It's one that I had an idea. It's one of those ones where, like, you know, I had an idea and then it totally flipped in a different direction. So I think I should have enough time to do both of these. Both of these are very simple to come to work. Hi, Ginger. I hope you are doing well. We are live here on the Altenew channel. And if you share this live while we're live, then you will be entered to win a $15 gift card to Altenew. And Han, a lovely, lovely Han who is behind the badge today, she will putting those, she'll be adding that winner in at the end. Tracy, how can you be over winter already? We just started. Had to get all of my winter clothes. I had to find like my special winter boots. I had to do all of that stuff. I had no idea where anything was, but I finally made it. And I have to tell you though, I think I hate wearing winter coats. That is my thing. I hate wearing winter coats. All right, so I'm going to start here by, I'm going to be starting by embossing this. So I just have a regular piece of 80-pound cardstock, and I'm going to bring over my embossing on my machine in just a second, and I'm just going to put this right in here. Let me give it a little bit of a quick mist with my Mr. If I can find him. Oh, he seems to have gone off of my desk. Oh, no, here he is. I thought he was trying to find Mrs. Mister, but all right, just give that a little bit of a spritz with my Mr. And I'm just going to put this right. I'm going to bring my machine right over. So actually, I'm going to start this just by embossing this. So I'm kind of focused on this card right now. Yes, Ginger, these will be on the Altenew YouTube. I know you can see them there. I'm not sure about the Facebook channel, but they definitely are on the Altenew YouTube channel. And that's the easy. You can actually catch all the lives, all of them. If you're like, oh, I want to go back and see what else Amy made, you can do that. And we are live here every Monday and every Thursday at 3:30 Eastern. We are live. And there's also, Lydia does a live over on Instagram on Wednesdays as well, which I think is at 12 or 12:30. And hi, Barbara. I'm so excited that you're here. And Shiomara, thank you so much for sharing this on Facebook. And Joni, thank you for sharing this on Facebook. And you too can be like Shiomara and Joni and Barbara and be entered to win that $15 gift card. We have Han is behind the badge. Let's give Han a little bit of love. So excited that she gets to be here with me today. It's Han and Amy again, the dream team. And here is this embossing folder. I just want to say, look at the detail on this. It is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Queen Bee. I am so glad that you are sharing this on Facebook. All right. So I'm going to grab my mat because I want to add some color to this. And of course, we're going blue today. So I pulled two blue sets that I haven't used in quite a while. And this one is Cool Summer Night. And I'm actually not going to do all four of them. I'm just going to pull Desert Night because Desert Night is absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful, Cece? I know it's like so super, I know it's like very, very, you know, snowflakey, but that's why we thought it was really, really great to put this together with a little bit of snow because we have all of that here. All right. So I'm just adjusting my light a little bit. Okay. So I actually am going to grab my mat. So this is this is an old mat, and there's a new version of this that I would strongly suggest to grab. This is silicone, so it's really fabulous because it will just, you can handle with heat. You can put all kinds of grossness on this, and the mat will just clean it right up. It's not a problem at all. All right, so I'm going to grab my Desert Night, and I have my large blending tool, and I'm just going to go to town. And I'm going to do kind of a spotlight blend where I'm going to keep it heavy around the edges and keep it very light in the middle. And again, I'm just doing one color. I'm not doing a series of colors. I'm starting off my mat and I'm just coming in. And you can see how beautiful, because that embossing is right there, those snowflakes are really going to start to pop. And we're going to have all of these lovely shades to it. And we're just going to come in. Barbara, 68 degrees. Barbara, this is, I should put that in here. Hold on. This is the Layered Snowflakes 3D. You have this, right, Barbara? You have this one? Layered Snowflakes 3D embossing folder. This is like the ultimate for snow and winter scenes. And that's what we're talking today. We're saying hello to winter. It's here. We can't avoid it any longer. It's here. You got to take out your hats and your mittens, or in Barbara's case, a fall jacket, and accept that winter has arrived. Snow is here. I made sure that my snow brush is in my car to make sure that if you ever got caught in a snowstorm at work, you have that snow brush ready to go. And I'm just going right around the edges, and I'm trying to keep this nice and dark. And I love this desert night color. It's so gorgeous. And again, I want to do that little bit of spotlight where it's a little bit lighter in the front. Getting colder than 40. Whoa, that is crazy. Yeah, it was pretty cold today. We're supposed to have a little bit of a warm up coming in. I think we had a high of like high 20s, low 30s Fahrenheit. So almost getting, so we had a high of almost a 0 degrees Celsius for those of our friends who do not use Fahrenheit. All right, so I'm coming in with this desert night, nice and heavy, right around the edges. And you can see I'm really, really avoiding that center. And whatever I have left on here, I'm going to pull in that center. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to start to come in the middle. I'm just going a little bit light because I want to keep that light spot and just keep that in there. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So that way we have that little, so it just kind of gives it that piece. Oh yeah, thank you, Han, for putting the foldable mat in. That's this new one. I think that's going to be awesome. Mine's on the way. I am so excited for that. And you know what? You can take it kind of crafting and traveling in places. So I love this, but I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to grab a mini blending brush. So let me grab that, show you what I'm going to do. So here's my little background. And I'm just going to grab a mini blending brush. And I have one that is specifically, I keep just for embossing ink. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of this. And I'm just going to pounce a little bit on. Now, this is going to end up being a little bit distressed, if you will. But I'm just going to add it to kind of the centers of my snowflakes. And I'm going to add a little bit of embossing powder. And what I'm going to put in is a little bit of white and a little bit of silver. And you can add a little gold in here. I had an idea of putting in a little bit of gold, but I like the white and the silver together. You could use platinum too if you want to add kind of a warm gray. Platinum is really beautiful, but I'm going to use the antique silver. So again, I'm just kind of lightly getting this onto the centers of my little snowflakes. Yes, thank you so much, Cynthia. And that's really, thank you for saying that, because that is definitely what I was going for, is that wintry feel. This is like hot cocoa, you know, hot cocoa. This is what I'm drinking. I'm curled up by the fireplace. This is what this is making me feel. And yes, Karen, that is so important. Make sure you have that totally dedicated to this. Okay. So I'm just going to get a little piece of paper. This is my very, very well-loved little piece of paper. And I'm just going to grab some white. And I'm not going to pour this all over the place. I'm just going to get a little pinch. And I'm just going to start kind of sprinkling that on. And I'm just going to put it where-ish I put my embossing ink. And I do want this to look a little wintry. So I'm just going to get that right in. It's just going to give it a little sparkle where all of those are. And this is just a little bit of an extra step, totally not needed, but just a little bit of an extra step. Whoa, CC, -17 yesterday, snow and sun. I know. I kind of like am excited about my first snowstorm coming in. But you know, after it's been here a couple of months, I'm kind of ready for it to go. But I definitely love that first snowstorm. All right, so again, I'm just doing the same technique with the antique silver, just kind of popping it around. And I am going to shake off any excess, which is why I have my little paper behind me. And I did blend this, but you notice I didn't have to check and make sure it was dry or anything, because I'm trying to get this exactly where I want it to be. Now, I'm not going to save any of this excess. I'm going to put this in the trash because it's a mix of the white and the silver. All right, so that's good. So let me go ahead and dump that. And now I'm just going to heat emboss this really fast. Hey, Irma. Hi, Mrs. Tamp. Hi, Brandon. How are you doing? We are talking winter today, so let me know, how's winter? Are you celebrating? In the Northern Hemisphere, we have some winter coming. And are you somebody who celebrates winter, or are you just kind of hunkering down and waiting until spring and summer come again? So I am trying to celebrate winter. It's inevitable. It's going to be here. And we're going to say hello to winter using the Altenew Hello Winter stamp set. And I absolutely love this font as well. Absolutely love this font. Okay, so you can see how it just gives it a little bit of sparkle and shine, and it's really, really fast to kind of put that on there. All right, so this is where we're heading to. So I used that 3D layered snowflakes embossing folder, absolutely gorgeous. And I used Desert Night ink in order to ink it up, but I made sure that I left the middle kind of light, so I have this little bit of a spotlight. Thank you so much, CC. Doesn't it just feel like especially look out your window, doesn't this feel like that right now? A nice little snowstorm, a little snow weather that's happening. All right, so we're also now going to get into using the stamp set. And this stamp set is really adorable. And like I said, I love this die. And this winter actually comes from this new glitter cardstock set. And this is how I keep my glitter cardstock. So these are all 3x6, which are absolutely perfect for the mini blossom machine. Absolutely gorgeous. And this makes me happy because I get to look at a rainbow. It's awesome. So this is the new set, and this set is called Milky Way. And I'm going to use this one, Moonstone. And Moonstone is like an absolute perfect white. And I was kind of digging around like, what do I want? And this, just as a kind of like way to show, is Dazzling Diamonds. And you can see how Dazzling Diamonds is a little bit more like champagne-y, but this is like a bright white. So I'm going to use this. And I actually have one already out because I save this paper. I hoard this paper and I save this paper until like every single last scrap is here. So since I made this, I have this guy right here. How many hours till winter break? Yeah, it's too many. It's just too many. So the actual word is this one, and I just want to point out, I don't know if you can see it, but here's our WTER, and then the I and the N are kind of separate. So this does not cut out as one. So it cuts out really as 3 pieces. One is the dot of the IN, and then the WTER. So it's 3 pieces here. Oh my gosh, don't you, Irma? I love them too. This, I got a couple of weeks. I think I have more than I thought that I had time-wise. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do it. Oh no. Can I do it? Maybe? No. All right, I'm not going to chance it. It's going to be one of those things that I cut it and then half the T's missing. Okay, that's all right, guys. I'll sacrifice for you all. I'm sacrificing for you all. I am printing out, doing another one. All right, I'm getting my tape. Thanks, Barbara. This is do you have this set, Barbara? The Milky Way set? The Milky Way set is absolutely beautiful. I haven't used it yet, so this was one thing I wanted to make sure I used. All right, so I'm going to put this in. Now, I'm going to run this through the mini blossom just again to prove how amazing the Mini Blossom machine is. But since this is like a heavyweight glitter cardstock, I am going to make sure that I'm using the metal shim. All right, so I'm just going to throw this on here. Of course, because it's glitter, my tape is not going to stay. All right, best I can. And then I'm going to put my shim right on top of that. And then my shim. Oh, thanks, Tina. I was trying to think about like really, really good blues to use for winter scenes. And so I think Cool Summer Nights, which is funny that I'm using Cool Summer Nights for a winter card, you know? But I am using Cool Summer Nights. And that is just dusk. It's one color. It is just dusk. And it's amazing what you can get out of there. All right, I'm running this through twice. And I agree, Karen. This is so amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Irma, for sharing. You too can be like Irma, and you could be in the running to win a gift card from Altenew just by sharing this live while we're live. And just let us know where you shared it. And please make sure that you share it with your friends. What the heck is going on? All right, so I have a little tray here. I'm just going to start to put all of my little doodads. I do that when I have pieces that like have a lot of pieces. And I just kind of make sure that all my little pieces are, that way I'm not like finding stuff on my desk. Do you know what I'm talking about, guys? Do you ever do that and the gnomes come in to your room and to your craft room and you're like, I know I die cut that. I know it should be somewhere and it's lost and you just have no clue where it is. Yeah, that's why I have this little tray. So I have my little tray, put all my little stuff in there. Oh, thanks, Karen. Okay, so now we're going to cut out the background in this. And that's what's fabulous about this is we have this background. You're going to look at that and go, Amy, I've never seen that Altenew colored paper before. And I'm going to tell you that is correct. You have not, because it does not exist. Instead, we're going to make it out of some scrap paper. So I'm going to grab my Desert Night little guy here. This is my shadow die. So I need to make sure that I'm going to ink blend up to at least this part. And in fact, I'm going to go a little bit more because I need to go there. So I'm just going to draw a little line. Okay, and that's how I know that I'm going to head over to this way. Then I'm just going to take my cube and go crazy. And what I liked when I did this initially is it started to have all of these like striations in this because of the linen of the ink pad. And I just got really excited about it because it just had all this like delicious texture and depth. And I was like, oh, this is just really cool. And I know you can't see it because you guys are looking at it and you're like, eh. But you know, when you get a card, and we're card makers. So when we see these things, we're like, oh, I just love all the little things, the little extra things that you do to kind of make that work. All right, so I'm just going to grab my ink blending tool, and all I'm doing here is just making it go all the way over. So I'm just making sure that that ink is all blown in. We're doing good. It's looking beautiful. Okay, so there's my background. Really quick and easy. Move this aside. Here we are. Now I'm just going to cut this and I'm going to put this in. All right, let's go crazy. Thanks, Tracy. All right, so I am just going to put this guy here, and I'm just going to take my little scissors, and I'm just going to cut this right up to there. And hopefully I have enough for a sentiment. Yes, I do. Okay, in comes back my little guy, and hopefully the plates, here they are. And now we're going to do the background. And for those of you eagle-eyed people out there, you may have noticed that I have a white one in my tray, and we're going to use that as a backer to this, just to give it a little bit of extra oomph on here. All right, here we go. So now we have our beautiful background. Pops nice and easy out, and there you go. So I just made my own coordinating paper. And I don't know if you can see it, but it has this really nice texture to it. It's just really, really nice. And Cindy, thank you so much for sharing this to Facebook. And you too can be like Cindy, and you could be entered to win a gift card to Altenew. Just Han is behind the badge today. And if you haven't already, give a big, huge shout out and a big, huge hello to Han. And she will be announcing the winner at the end of our show today. And we are talking Hello Winter. So I want to know, do you feel like you're done with cards for your holiday cards? Have you not even started them? Were you done in July? Are you one of those people? Let us know in the comments. Hopefully these will give you maybe some ideas. That's why this channel is called Inspiration Station. Hopefully this gives you some inspiration to go ahead and make these cards. I'd also love to know if you have this set. Do you own Hello Winter? Because this is from 2019. Although I have to say, I think I just got it. Probably like 6 months ago. And I hadn't used it yet. All right, so this is my background. And I love the fact that this die set comes with a shadow die. And it comes with the words. Okay, so we're going to put those together. So that just gives it a little bit of an extra oomph on those. Yep. You're one of those people. Oh, Irma, thank you for sharing this to Instagram too. All right, and now we're going to put this up. So again, here is this gorgeous moonstone cardstock, and I just love how that looks with the blue. Oh, it's just beautiful. All right, I'm just going to use some glue and go ahead and stick this on. And like I said, there's 3 parts to this. So I'm going to start with this larger part. And I was debating whether or not to use the double-sided adhesive on this, and I decided not to, although I might be regretting my decision right now. But it just kind of allows me to give this a little bit of play, because sometimes I have to tell you, when I put stuff, when I adhere things, I don't always adhere it right the first time, and I need to kind of like move things around a little bit. Oh, look at that. I'm going to hold this up. This is just delicious. Look at that. Ooh, so pretty. Moonstone, that moonstone cards, glitter cardstock. Get that Milky Way set. Put that in your cart soon. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, I lost the other part. It's on my mat, isn't it? Oh boy. All right, we'll figure that out. I put it somewhere. Wow, the gnomes are going crazy today. I really lost it. Oh boy. Okay, we'll figure it out. It's got to be somewhere. Oh, it's right here, guys. It's in my tray. Oh boy, I'm losing it now. It's on the side of my tray. I couldn't see it. I saw the dot of the eye, and I'm like, well, at least I have that. I hate losing the dot. I hate it. Sometimes I will specifically buy dies that don't have a separate eye dot. Oh, look at that gorgeous. Okay, so now I use my little pokey tool here. And I have to usually look at the thing for reference just to make sure I have this right. So for this guy, I'm just going to put a dot of glue here. And then I'm going to put this guy down. And then I kind of just move him into his place. So again, hold that up. Absolutely cute, 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 cute. Yeah, thanks, Karen. That one, I had a little panic moment at that time. We're going to pull that tray away just in case if I mess anything else up. So I just want to put those together. Just look how gorgeous those two look. So that really starts to pop off because of the fact that you have that nice glow in the middle. So that winter starts to pop off because we use that like desert night straight to paper. Really pretty. Thanks, Tamara. And again, I hope that we'd love to see your projects. So please, please share projects with us and hashtag Altenew. And we love to see what you make. All right, so I did a little extra here. And I know some of you are like, Amy, you didn't need all of that. And that would be true. But I am going to grab a sentiment from this stamp set. So let's talk about sentiments. This is so cute because you can build these together, which is really pretty. So I picked this one, winter is warmer when we're together, because I thought that was kind of neat. And I like the fact that, you know, winter is that time when I think about it, because we're all kind of inside and you don't really want to go outside. So to me, it's a family, it's bonding and it's friends and kind of hanging out together. That's the way I view winter. And so, but there's really, really cute. And for those of you who have winter birthdays, myself being one of them, there's a little happy winter birthday. So I thought that was really cute with this set too. And there's a little like warm winter wishes or hello winter. You have wishing you joy this winter, cozy, cheer, blessings, sending winter magic. Winter is magic. I thought that one was cute too. So there's a lot of little cute. I like the fact that you can sentiment build with this, but I am going to use this really, really super long one. And I'm going to do this on my stamp wheel because I will probably screw that up. All right, I don't know if you saw or not, but I just treated this with my embossing bag just because I wanted to make sure that this is not going to go crazy. And I'm just going to go ahead and just stuff this right in the center. And I'm going to use my embossing ink to go ahead and stamp this. So I'm trusting that this ink is dryish enough, but it should be good. And of course, this is a nice type, but I don't want to smush this down. So I'm just going to do a little kiss technique of just kiss, kiss, kiss. And I'm going to stamp it 2 times, but I'm not going to smush it. I'm just going to stamp it. And that way my letters won't get all smushed. But I'll make sure that that ink is on there. All right, little kiss, kiss, kiss. So, oh my gosh, thank you guys. This set, I hope you have it. I bet you don't. I bet you guys do have this. And just go ahead and grab it. Use it. Celebrate winter. Winter is not, you know, a time to be upset or sad or anything. This is a time to get out and have fun and hang out with your friends and be together. That's the way I think about it. I hadn't looked at it, Tracy, too much. I'm excited. I was kind of poking around the website before this, and I'm going to go back and check that out. Okay, that looks sweet. All right, so I used a little bit of that white, and I love the crisp Altenew embossing powder because it is crisp. The granules aren't too crazy, and it just is really, really crisp. So I'm just going to heat this up, and I still am amazed at the magic of heat embossing. Love it. And this just looks absolutely so stunning when it's right on that nice blue. And again, this is just that desert night direct to paper. Really, really super pretty. Okay, just cleaning up my little space here. Now I'm going to cut this out. I'm not the best one with scissors. I really should not be holding scissors. Normally I use the featured die set, which will cut these out straight for me and I don't have to worry about it. But this is a little bit too long for those dies. So I'm just going to do this with a pair of scissors. So wish me luck. I don't actually know how I graduated out of kindergarten because my scissor use leaves a lot to be desired. Oh no. Ah, gee. I should have used the stamp. I should have used a die set. Should have used a die set. That's right. Should have used a die set. All right, so I'm just kind of cutting this down. I have this little section over here that's a little higher than the other one. This is always what happens to me. This is why I use the Featured Sentiments die set, is I get to that point where I start like chopping off too much or too little. Oh my gosh. No, Tracy, I can't. I will hurt myself. I really will on the paper trimmer. It gets a little crazy there too. All right, so I'm going to pop this up. And I'm going to use my Instant Dimension foam tape. And what I do in this case is I look and see how long it is, and then I just go halfway, kind of. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut this in half. And that's how I get my full length. And here it goes. All right, so there is my popping up. And now we're going to assemble this together. So I kind of wanted, because there's so much blue, I wanted to break that a little bit with the white. And so I grabbed my paper trimmer. So now, Tracy, I'm using the paper trimmer. And I'm going to take my card front here, and I'm just going to trim this down to 5 1/4 by 4. And I want to keep it. And if you look at the embossing folder, you'll see that the way the embossing folder is set up, the embossing folder is set up with this like smaller section up in the top and this big, like very large snowflake section at the bottom. But I flipped my paper. So even though I put my paper in like this, I'm flipping it. I'm flipping the orientation this way because I wanted to have just a few at the bottom and I wanted to have more at the top. So it's nice that you can kind of switch things like that. So I'm going to cut off this part where there's more of the snowflakes, and I'm going to cut that down instead of cutting into the base. And now on this side, I kind of want to keep this edge that doesn't have snowflakes, so I'm going to cut into the snowflake edge. All right, there we go. So now I'm a little bit off, and if you're like, maybe I lost my edge or I lost my dark edges, you can use that dusk and just go ahead back on those edges if you want to, or if you know you're going to do this beforehand, you could have just cut it initially and then started with the right paper size. All right, so this is a little bendy. We've kind of abused this paper a little bit. We ran it through an embossing folder. I embossed on it and I inked it all up. And so when I have this and I'm like not exactly sure it's going to handle well, I pull out my 1/2 inch Altenew tape because I know this stuff. This is ultra sticky. This stuff is amazing, and this will hold. This will hold a very long time, and it will hold paper that is wonky like this and has been a little abused. And so it's absolutely fabulous. I have this in all the sizes because I have to. And I use all the sizes. And that's kind of the cool thing about it. I do actually use all the sizes. And in fact, if we get there, you will see me use the 1/4 inch before this live is done. Speaking of which, you still have about 20 minutes to share this live while we're live and be entered to win a gift card. And Han is behind the badge today, the absolutely amazing, fabulous Han, for keeping up with me and all of the wonderful Altenew products I'm using. And she is putting those links in the chat. And so it's always a good idea, because I forget things a lot, is you can just grab these and add them to your wish list. I love the fact that Altenew has that little wish list. And so that I use that a lot. I see a class or I see a project like on Instagram or on social media somewhere, and I'm like, oh, I need that. I need that. But I won't remember it later on. And so I just put it on my wish list. I have the Altenew app on my phone. I just put it on my wish list, and then I can go back and check it out later on. Okay, so that is good. I like to grab just a little bone folder and just kind of make sure that this is all adhered down. We're doing good. So you can see, again, my paper's a little wonky, but we're going to fix that. Little tape never hurts something. Yeah, paper's been loved, not abused. I don't know about that, Tracy. Oh, Beth, I'm so excited. I hope you were doing well. We were talking hello, winter. It cannot be that cold where you are, right, Beth? It was very, very cold where I am today. We hit, I think we had a high of like 27. Might have been a high of 30, 32. But it was pretty cold. All right, so now I'm just taking off all of this release paper. Isn't watching somebody taking off release paper like so satisfying? Taking off all this release paper. And I have a card base right next to me. And that's something I do like while I'm watching TV. I just take my pieces of paper and I just cut them. So I have ready-made card bases ready to go, and I have a little bin where I keep all of my card bases. So Cindy in Pittsburgh. How are you doing, Cindy? I hope you're doing well. And I know Brandon, I know where you are, Brandon. It's got to be warm where you are. All right. all that release paper. Here's my card front. Always have to check and make sure I'm going in the right direction. And again, I want those, a lot of those on top, and I want the little ones on the bottom. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put this down. And this should have about the same around it. And I have to say, I'm not quite on top of it. Usually I have to look down, but we're close enough. We're doing pretty good. All right, and now I'm going to add this on, and I'm going to add this guy on. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. So, oh yes, Beth Hill. All right. Beth Hill Bishop, 52 in Denver. Oh my gosh. That's kind of warmish, I gotta say. I don't remember the last time I felt 52. I think that was like October, maybe. All right, so now I'm going to add my little winter on. This is kind of going to go smack dab. This is kind of where I'm like thinking about placement. I want to make sure I see those lovely snowflakes, but I want to make sure this gets exactly where I need to go. And I'm just going to give it, I'm just going to put a little something heavy on it to make sure that makes some good contact. And then I'm going to grab my little sentiment strip and just put this right under it. And I just love these colors. I absolutely love these colors. And that's my winter card. And I just feel like it's nice and bright and whatnot. So slight chill in the air. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Well, you know what, Queen Bee? What's great is you're getting a lot of fabulous ideas for when you're ready to get back to that crafting. So there's our winter, hello winter. And I think that just feels like, you know, a big warm hug in the wintertime. That's what I'm kind of thinking about that card. Just a nice little hug. So I have a second card. I hope I will get through it. I think I can. Little Thomas the Tank Engine on that one. All right, here we go. So this is my second card, and this one uses the stamp. Thank you so much, Beth. It's this is that Desert Night, and what a gorgeous dark blue. It's such a gorgeous dark blue on it. Absolutely. Yeah, winter vibes. Again, it's like a warm hug in the wintertime. This one, I wanted to take advantage of this stamp. The stamp is on here, and it's really cute. And I can imagine this for spring, like in pink and other kinds of colors. But I wanted to take advantage of it here as well. Another speed card. Oh, yeah, you just wait. And so this one, I'm actually going to use an emboss resist. So where we use the embossing folder here, this is going to actually be an emboss resist. So I have this all ready to rock and roll. And that is our stamp. And I am going to be using my stamp wheel, but I'm not going to be using the stamp wheel part. I'm just going to be using the base part. And I'm just going to grab some really quick cleaner because I need to clean off my stamp wheel because I have so much, my stamp wheel mat because I have so much embossing talcum powder. You know, the anti-static powder on here that my card doesn't always stick anymore. Okay. All right, so here I'm actually going to grab another piece of paper, and I am going to treat it, not on my stamp book because I just washed that. I am going to treat it with my embossing bag. Now, for the next probably 3 to 4 minutes, this is going to look to you viewing audience, completely boring because I am about to stamp in clear ink and use clear embossing powder, but bear with me, please. Hi, Sue. I'm so glad you are here. We are talking winter, Sue. I'd love to know if you are all done with those holiday cards and you just made some Christmas cards. That's awesome. And thank you so much for sharing this live while we're live. We have Han behind the badge, who has just been doing an awesome job just checking in with everybody. And she will be picking our winner at the end of our program. All right, so it's always hard to do this. So I do have to kind of like stand up and have to turn it in the light just to make sure I've hit everything. So my technique, and I also want to make sure that this stamp looks a little bit different. So my technique is this. So I'm going to start off like kind of a half on here, starting in a corner. And I know, again, you're like, Amy, I can't see anything. So we're just going to talk while I do this. And I have to kind of like tilt this in the light to figure out where the heck I stamped last. And I went in a little bit on that one. And again, on this one. Again, I just have to kind of like tilt it, figure out where the heck I am. And this is why I didn't want to use the stamps wheel part, because I'm going to be kind of moving this paper all over the place to make sure I'm getting exactly what I need to get. And again, you can tilt it because you can kind of see all of those pieces. And I'm trying to be random, but not random, just because I want it to look a little bit different. And what's nice is this stamp is kind of forgiving. So if I go over, you know, some spots, it's really fine. It's not crazy. It'll be okay. And it is just my background. All right, going to go here. And I know, again, you guys are like, this is so exciting, Amy, to watch you do clear ink on a white piece of paper. I promise it will be good. I promise. Stick with me, everybody. Stick with me. Okay, that one goes there. And there's a big hole in the middle. Trying to go fast in this corner. And I'm just going to do one more. Right there. Okay. All right. Now, next step, we're going to do a little emboss resist. And I know this is such a tried and true technique. And it's a really good technique because what I'm about to do is I'm going to preserve the white. So I'm going to make this color, but I'm going to preserve the white. So I'm going to grab my little trusty piece of paper. I have some Altenew clear embossing powder, and I'm not using white embossing powder because of the fact that I am going to be using a series of blue ink over this. And I don't want that blue ink to stain my white embossing powder. So I want it to be clear. And that is why I am using the clear and not the white. Okay, and I know, again, you guys are like, oh, this is so exciting. But again, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Okay, so now I have this. Oh, yes, Tracy is referring to, she asked about the monster. That is my newest cat, who was a total impulse rescue. And that is Sadie. And I don't see any of them in here. They were here like when I was getting set up, but then all the cats left me. So I don't know. I don't know where the heck they are right now. Kind of crazy. So thank you so much for sharing this, Joanne. And hi, Alexandra. I love snow too. I'm kind of excited. We just had our first snowstorm. I know a lot of you in the Northern Hemisphere have already had snow and are probably sick of it by now. But that is, I'm excited. We had our first snowstorm. It's going to warm up again a little bit, I think, over the next few days where I am. But it's, we are definitely embracing winter. I kind of like, I don't mind winter. I think today was the shortest day. I know the shortest day is coming up, and I know that's the 22nd. But I think we had one of the earliest sunsets. The sunset at 4 o'clock today, or 4:12. You can imagine that. Sun setting at 4 o'clock. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just turning my paper into the light, and I'm just double checking that I have actually heat embossed everything, and and I can tell because it's really shiny. So I'm looking for areas on my paper that are shiny and areas that are really dull. And I'm making sure that my paper is shiny and not dull. Okay, there we go. Woo. All right, so now I got my paper and just giving it a second to dry. And I am now going to take out my little trusty mat. And again, this one is the old one. There's a really, really pretty new one. I just haven't done the splurge. I probably need to get it, but this one is it's holding up so well because it's silicone. All right, just kind of getting all that gunk out of there. Now, again, I know you're excited. You're like, oh, I can see there's lots of dots. So I'm going to switch over and I'm going to use Deep Blue Seas. And Deep Blue Seas is another color way that I think is just absolutely lovely for winter. And I'm going to pull out my trusty blending tool. Now I still have Desert Night on here, so I'm just going to start off in the corner, and I just want to kind of pull off that color. And don't worry about it. It's all good. That's all going to kind of come into play, but I'm just kind of pulling a little bit of that color. Why waste it? Why waste it? Okay, so I'm just kind of pulling that in. And now I'm getting to a point where I don't have that color anymore. So we're going to put this here. So I'm going to grab my lightest color, which is Sea Breeze. I'm going to grab some of that color. And now I'm going to come in from the opposite direction and just go to town. And I am trying to do a little bit of an ombre effect where it's light to dark. And so I'm just starting off with my colors. So this is Sea Breeze. It's the lightest in the Deep Blue Seas. Now I'm going to go to turquoise. And I'm going to come in from the side now because I want to preserve that Sea Breeze and make sure that that's there. Okay, and now I'm going to come in with Tide Blue. Again, same thing. I'm coming in from the side. And I like to flip my paper over just to make sure I'm kind of meeting them in the middle. And I know this looks to me like it's one color. We're going to change that. We're just going to continue to add in the darker colors, and that's going to make the lighter colors lighter. All right, and I'm doing good on time. This card comes together relatively quickly, and I'm just going to show you how I did the background. I just realized that I need another card front. We'll get there. All right, so this is that Starlight. This color is just gorgeous. I was reminded of this color recently, and I'm like, oh, I need to use this in my next project. So you just have this kind of like nice effect where it's dark and then it moves over to light. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, in the interest of time, I'm going to move on a little bit and pull this off. And now I'm going to grab my next little secret thing. So give me 1 second. So I have just a panel of cardstock, and I'm just going to grab my scoring tool, and I'm just going to score this as a top folding card. So this is, I'm just going to score this right at 5.5, and I've already cut it to 4 1/4. And I picked, I randomly just had this kind of blue cardstock. It's another way I like to use colorful cardstock as my card bases. But you know, I want to kind of jazz it up a little bit, right? Just want to jazz it up. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing that too is, Tracy, I was thinking about doing this as a water, like as watercolor resist, but I just decided I might as well just ink blend it. All right, I'm going to grab my stamp mat. So I have the low tack or the low tack stamp mat, and this is a great little technique to do with this kind of a thing. So I'm just going to take this and just push that right over here, and I'm going to take my, here's my stamp. So this is from the Hello Winter, and I'm going to grab some White Cloud pigment ink. Thank you so much, Karen. Yes, Irma, I hope that you use this. I love this technique. It's so easy to do, really, really easy to do. And this Cloud White pigment ink, so awesome, especially on these dark cardstock. But when I did this panel, I'm like, this is a lot going on this panel. And I wanted to kind of tone it down just a little bit. So that's when I came up with this idea of just cutting the panel down, but continuing the design on the card base. So I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to stamp all around here. And this way, when I'm stamping, I have my stamp mat. So I know I'm going to be getting a nice image on this, but I also, because I have the mat outside of the stamp wheel, I can protect the rest of my card base. So I'm not stamping on the bottom, or I'm not stamping in places that I don't want to stamp. And I'm just kind of making sure I'm going in But really, you can see how this cloud white just looks awesome on this. All right, I'm just going to turn this around and come in here. And this way that design just keeps going all the way around. And I don't have to go all the way in. I can, but just going to do this little corner. And then I'm going to come right up. There we go. Now the top. So I'm going to grab this off. And now I'm just going to do the top. So I'm just going to kind of keep this here. I actually usually use a little piece of satin masking tape. And just to kind of keep this down, I'm just going to stick that there. And now it's down. Oops, sorry about that. I have to feel that. So now I'm just going to use the top. I think I inked it on that side. So that's going to go right there. And now I'm just going to ink up that. So now I have this all the way around. So again, white pigment ink on it. Yes, Karen, this is such a cool little tool to use. It has a lot of different uses in your craft room. You can do so many things because it's like a big stamp. So it's kind of neat. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut this down. And this always takes me a little bit because I'm like, I don't know how much to cut this down. What do I do? So I'm going to cut this down to about, I think it's 3 inches. I think it's about 3 inches. Yeah. Because I wanted to do 4. And so I'm going to cut this down to 3 inches. I'll do 3 1/4. All right, and then I just kind of double check and I eyeball it. Oh, I like that. So that's what my panel is going to end up looking like. And it's neat because my winter can go right across and it's going to be right there. And I want to pop this up so I can use a little bit of instant dimension foam tape. And in fact, I'm going to take just a little bit off. I think I'm going to take another 1/4 inch off. I think I'm going to go right to 3 inches. And that's going to be there. It's really, really cute on that. So with my instant dimension foam tape, now I'm going to get a little bit of lift so you can kind of see, see all of that stuff under there. And this will also help to put everything together and whatnot. So to finish this card, all I would do is I took my winter and I cut that out of this ocean reflection glitter cardstock, and I ended up using the darkest one, which is Starlight. It's absolutely beautiful. That's this color. It's so gorgeous, that dark, dark blue. And then I put the base onto vellum, and this is kind of the neat part. You can see it a little bit. It says is warmer when we're together, and that is Caribbean Sky embossing powder on vellum. So pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. So those are our 2 cards today. I know we're just coming to the end of our time, and I wanted to just say a huge thank you to you and a huge thank you to Han for being behind the badge today. And thank you so much for tuning in to Amy's Inspiration Station. I hope that you are having a fabulous winter. And this stamp set, Hello Winter, if you have it, grab it, use it, celebrate winter. If you don't, put it in your cart, then come on in and make some cards with it, because these are just absolutely beautiful. And I just had a lot of fun playing with these, and that 3D embossing folder, that layered snowflakes, I think really makes a difference with it too. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. And huge shout out. Thank you so much, Han. And I will see you all later. Thank you.